be the probably in complete conflict, cultural preservation and dismantling. I think they might seem to be in conflict, but they go together well. I think that humanistically, you owe it to your brethren to show some interest in your culture and find what has meaning to you. But you also owe it to the same people and yourself to find the gaps, find the crap, and not put up with it.
Mm-hmm. From your first-hand experience, what have you loved and hated about Orthodox Judaism?
From my first-hand experience, what I loved about it was the absolute reliability of the experience of elevation. There it is, like clockwork. Every Shabbat, every Chag. For the more observant, with every practice, and there's so many during the day. But then you go back to the same thing, and that can become so terribly constricting. The requirement to conform to these delineated guidelines that are so intricate. It is just staggering. There are specifications for every behavior, and it really seems to me like madness after a while.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps my primary motivation for writing is my frustration with real life. I'm curious, where does your urge to write and create come from?
I think that's very, very well put. I think it's a similar thing, that restlessness and things that sort of stick to you like burrs, and you wish you could change or understand, or wish would resolve more satisfyingly. Well, you can make that happen, at least aesthetically, in writing. You can take an incident and write it so that it pours out its meaning, where in reality things are a lot more chaotic and cut off.
Again, I'll use myself as an example to lead to a question to you. I do my best writing out of emotions of anger and isolation. Under what emotional states do you do your best work?
I write a lot better when I'm happy. I think I write the best when I manage to come to just come in contact with self-acceptance. As an example, an approach that seems to be, again, here's your evil eye thing. I'm afraid to say it because it's not going to work now. But it seems to be working. Is to recognize that I have the attention span of a squirrel, and so to work on 3 or 4 things in parallel, and that keeps me happier, because if I don't accept that, then I try to work on one thing and I end up just staring at Word all day, which only breeds further rage.
Mm-hmm. What are your strengths and weaknesses as a writer? I'll start with weaknesses. It's a lot easier.
Discipline stuff. I feel at times that my imagination is really lacking. That I'm just really dependent on what happens, what I've seen, and I can't make things up. I'll put things together. All my stories are total Frankensteins. None of them are autobiographical or biographical. But I seem to not be able to make things up at all, and I envy writers who can. I never got around to strengths, though, but I don't. That's too dangerous.
Out of all the jobs you've held, which did you enjoy the most?
All the jobs I've held.
Accountant.
No, that was terrible. That was a ruse. There were things I liked in every job. I liked bartending. Things I hated about it, but there are things I really liked. I like being around a lot of people, so it really sucks being a writer in some ways. I liked just standing there and everybody, they have to come to you to get their drink, so you kind of get this constant influx and constant conversation. I liked working with the mentally ill, though it was also at times unbearably difficult. Again, this fascination, with other lives, and the privilege for being able to take part. I can't call it a job because it's volunteer, or maybe I can, but in the last few years, started doing this little community organizing initiative, and it's probably the most fun I've ever had. I wish I could get paid for it, but I'm not. But I really like just getting people. I started up a daily family because there just simply wasn't anything here, and now when our son came along, I worried about that. My husband is American, so it would be just up to me to impart some Israeli culture to my son, and that seemed like a recipe for a disaster, rather than just me. So started up with a tiny mothers group and grew into a community group of 100 families that meet regularly, and I really enjoy that. I think, like, I won't say a lot of writers, that's presumptuous, but like some writers, I'm an observer. I prefer to be on the sidelines, but at the same time, really, really crave social settings. So it's sort of like the perfect position to be in, where you bring everyone together, get them going. But and then you're just sort of again, I'm coming back to that language of a vital organ. You've become part of this thing that you created, and watch it grow, and it's a really satisfying thing.
Do your family or former teachers feel a palpable sense of failure that you're not Orthodox?
Do my family and teachers?
Yeah, or teachers.
Yeah. My teachers, I don't know. I'm sure they don't know that I'm alive. They're all back in I don't think they're following my progress. Family, I don't think they feel a sense of failure. My parents are very individualistic. They don't fit into any